We will go ahead and call this meeting to order.
Roll call of the City Council meeting of Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Titus, and Troop. Could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a silent meditation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a motion to accept the minutes from the 12/23/25 City Council special meeting and the January 5th, 26 induction meeting, and bills for payment on January 9th, 2026 and January 16th, 2026. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Titus, Troop. Okay, we go a little out of order today because we're electing our next president and vice president. And I can read the ordinance or the resolutions, and number 2 has been withdrawn. So this is a resolution sponsored by Councilmember Schaaf, seconded by Councilmember Flores, nominating Tyler Titus as City Council President for 2026. Is there a discussion?
I'll say a word or two. It was an honor to be able to co-sponsor Tyler being our next president. After seeing them in action as vice president, they're very hands-on and very informative as far as keeping council informed on what they're working on and what we're going to be moving forward as a body. So it's going to be great to work with them as a council member under their leadership. So I look forward to it.
Voting on the resolution, members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Titus, and Troop. Resolution passes yeas 7, nays 0. The next one is a resolution sponsored by Councilmember Titus, seconded by Councilmember Flores, that nominating Kathy Schaaf as City Council President for 2026.
Vice President.
Vice President.
I just got it, Lori. Yeah. No.
Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus. Resolution passes yeas 7, nays 0.
We'll hold our committee reports until the end, as we have not a lot, but we have enough to get through. So thank you, everybody, and I look forward to this next step here. At this point, we will go ahead and ask if there is anybody here for a repository sale. Is there anybody here for a repository sale? Is there anyone here for a repository sale? Seeing none, we will go ahead and move into public comment. If you're here to make a public comment, I would ask that you clearly state your name and your municipality for the record, and you will have 5 minutes.
Hi, everyone, and congratulations to Dr. Titus for your win on being next term's council president. I'm Emerson Bannon-Kutri. I live in Academy, city of Erie. I work in local planning and policy, and with a new batch of electeds getting into office, I think we have a lot of opportunity here to deliver on a mandate that can make things more affordable for working people, improve things like our cooperative sector, and bring a lot of housing and try and regrow the city's population. I'm here to serve as a resource. If any of you are looking for help with policy, we're trying to do more work on research and backing up some of our electeds with good data and trying to make sure that we can deliver. So anyone wishes that, feel free to talk to me. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing what you can deliver in the coming term.
Thank you.
Do you have a card or a contact number?
I do.
Drop them up at the office or something, then we can pick them up?
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Michael Keys, Erie, Pennsylvania. First of all, I'd like to congratulate those who were elected and reelected, including our mayor. So I came here today really to backtrack on some old business. You know, when I was on council, we talked about renovating one of our local parks. And we talked about, in one of the last meetings that I was in, we did a resolution to put $2.3 million toward the project, but the project never really went anywhere. I will presume the money is still there. And so I know we have a grants department now, and so it's my request that we put this back on the forward agenda and that we use our grants department. I'm asking our mayor to have them, put this on high priority, that we might get the revenue that we need in order to renovate the Roger Young Park. I think that we have an opportunity not just to do some of the parts that we talked about, but, I think we have an opportunity to put a full recreational center on the south side also. And so I think that, it's important that the people have something that they can see and that it is theirs. All the other municipalities are actually, doing things, reinvesting in themselves, in their own assets. And I think that that's something that is critically missing piece in how our city's been functioning. Part B, in old business, with the grants for the safe streets, I think we should open up the dialogue again about the pedestrian bridge in the now pathway of where the McBride Viaduct was, because there's still no real safe way to transgress east and west, north and south across that part of our east side. And those types of improvements are critical if we're gonna, we say we wanna, welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods where people want to live and that are safe. And so I think these are types of things that we should prioritize. There's money, and I think that we should make our investments where they will have the most value for our residents. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to, my name is Mimi O'Connor. I live in the city of Erie. I want to say congratulations and welcome as well to the newly installed members of City Council, to new president, to our mayor. It's very exciting. We recognize all of you, and we appreciate all of you. I think it's very important to say that. It takes a lot of expertise on many different levels to be where you are. And the bottom line, I think, is that it takes a lot of courage to be a public servant, particularly in the cultural, political atmosphere, racial divides in our country, in our city. And I'm here, so anyway, I just first want to thank you all for being here. And I'm here to speak for Justice for Cello. And for all of us speaking for Justice for Cello, who continually come here to council to elicit your help since July 2nd when he was murdered by his parole officer. We're very grateful that you have heard us, which is very different than listening. And for the resolution that you passed a month ago. Very grateful for that. The resolution stated, and I quote, "Erie City Council advocates for and serves the Erie community because of our profound belief in the pursuit of liberty and justice. And in support of these ideals, we advocate for transparency and communication," unquote. In that resolution, I counted over 12 different references to transparency and accountability and communication. And I know that I'm only one voice here, but we're all joining with you in that resolve for justice for Cello. In the courage that I alluded to earlier, courage on your part and ours to refuse to play small when the stakes are so very high. Very importantly, you concluded your resolution by stating, "The Erie City Council stands with the family of Marcello D. Woodard in seeking justice." Cello's family has the inestimable task of going forward in this new year in the tension that has followed the arrest of the parole officer, Kevin Seelinger, who murdered him. But I think it's important to point out that this tension is not new to our Black and brown citizens. After 170 days, this direct action of the arrest and charging was already there. This tension was already there. And I think our Black and brown citizens deal with this tension day in and day out. But the arrest and the charge actually, in my opinion, put the tension back where it belongs. At the source, at the undeniable, indisputable truth of what happened on that tragic night of July 2nd, 2025. And this is the people's house, right? This is the people's house that cannot be divided by race, political affiliation, or any other means of separation. I think it requires one heart for all of its citizens, a welcoming, safe home for all. It demands that together we form an arm-in-arm interlocking chain of compassion, equity, transparency, and accountability for every single citizen, with no exceptions. So we go forward together, right? To figure it out together. What has to change? Policy reform to prevent further tragedy. Critically important, we grieve right alongside all of Cello's family. Cello's mom and dad, his siblings, his cousins, his 3 children, Malachi, Micaiah, and 8-year-old Major. We grieve with Shatiria Franklin, who is Major's mom. We grieve with his fiancée, Shamela Henderson, who was there the night he was murdered. So, together we go forward because justice for Cello is justice for every single one of us. And as I close, in order to remind us all that Cello will never be forgotten and that we will continue our efforts so that this tragedy can never happen again, I invite you to say his name out loud 3 times with me. Cello. 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 Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for never giving up on justice for Cello.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak for public comment?
Hello, good morning. My name is Shraddha Prabhu. I'm a resident of Erie, PA. It is really heartening to have a majority-minority board that, especially in this political climate. And it gives me hopes that our board members can draw on their lived experiences and their understanding of the cost of inequities to create systemic change. I'm also hopeful and excited that Mayor Devlin is going to be working with the board because I know her to be a person of integrity and action. In a 2011 speech at Howard University, Dr. Cornel West said, "Justice is what love looks like in public, just like tenderness is what love feels like in private." As Dr. Titus's spouse, I know they embody this understanding of love as justice. And I hope that the work that the board does in the next 4 years also reflects that. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in public comment? Anyone else for public comment? Anyone else for public comment? Okay. At this point, I am going to request a motion that we move into executive session for personnel discussion. Do I have a second? Do we need to take a formal vote with the motion?
Voting on executive session. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Nelson, Schaaf. Nope. Old paper. Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus.
So we'll move over into executive session back in caucus, and to just let the public know that this time council will be heading into executive session, and we resume back to the public meeting once we've concluded. Council has concluded our executive session, and we will go back into the public meeting now.
Ordinances for final passage. Council File Number 16579, Official Ordinance 1, 2026, an ordinance amending Number 26, 1958, the Traffic Code of the City of Erie by installation of stop signs at 6 intersections. Number 1, West 27th Street at Emerson, stopping on West 27th. Number 2, West 27th Street at Washington, stopping on West 27th. Number 3, Maple Leaf Drive and Pebble Drive, stopping at Pebble Drive. Number 4, Cold Spring Drive and Washington Avenue, stopping at Cold Spring Drive. Number 5, Cold Spring Drive and Melrose Avenue, stopping at Cold Spring Drive. Number 6, West 28th Street and Melrose Avenue, stopping at West 28th. Sponsored by Councilmember Titus, seconded by Councilmember Flores. The Council File Ordinance Bill Number 16579, and now known as Official File Ordinance 1, 2026, be finally passed by City Council. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus. City Council pass Official File Ordinance 1, 2026 finally by yeas 7, nays 0. Council File Number 16581, Official Ordinance 2, 2026. An ordinance appropriating the sum of $742,429 from unappropriated and unanticipated revenue for the expenditure thereof from the City of Erie ARP Fund interest and will be used to fund the Capital Improvement Fund. Sponsored by Councilmember Flores, seconded by Councilmember Titus. The Council File Bill Number 16581, and now known as Official File Ordinance 2, 2026, be finally passed by City Council. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus. City Council passed Official File Ordinance 2, 2026 by yeas 7, nays 0. Council File Number 16582, Official Ordinance 3, 2026, an ordinance amending Official Ordinance 80-2005, known as the zoning ordinance of the City of Erie, by changing the classification and/or the rezoning of the property located at Hillcrest Avenue, tax ID 1853-02-303, which is adjacent to a property located at 4125 Peach Street. The Hillcrest Avenue property will be rezoned from R1 to C2, which is the same classification and/or zoning of the adjacent property located at 4125 Peach Street. Sponsored by Councilmember Flores, seconded by Councilmember Brzezinski, the Council File Ordinance Number 16582, and now known as Official File Ordinance 3, 2026, be finally passed by City Council. Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus. City Council pass Official File Ordinance 3, 2026 finally by yeas 7, nays 0. Members of Council, Number 1, the ordinance for first reading has been withdrawn at the request of the solicitor. So this takes us to new business.
All right.
Under Number 1 of contracts has been withdrawn at the request of the administration.
So with that, I would ask, knowing that number 1 under contracts has been withdrawn, that we have a motion to move the balance.
Second.
Who's our first?
Oh, well,
I'll second.
okay, well, I'll
So
be
we'll
the
say-
first, and Kathy can be the
First
second.
by Flores and the second by Schaaf.
Motion to move the balance of the agenda.
So
Members.
moved.
Members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, Troop, and Titus. Any separations?
There's nothing to separate, really.
It's a light meeting.
I'll go ahead and call for the vote. then. Call for the question, yeah.
Okay, this would take us to committee reports.
If I can, for the contract, for number one, so if technically if it's pulled, that's fine, but just want to make sure it's clear that it's been pulled.
Yes.
Otherwise, it hasn't been carved out and voted, and separated from the move the balance vote.
I think when we read it, moving it with the polling of that as the original
Okay,
motion before.
just want to make sure that's
Yep.
clear on the record.
Thank you. All right, so this moving us into committee reports, we'll go ahead and start with Councilperson Shaw.
Thank you, President Titus. That sounds like a nice thing. Congratulations, Mayor Daria Devlin. I affirmed your speech when you were inaugurated, and we have in common that we were both library nerds when we were kids. Congratulations to all people who were inaugurated, and that's a wonderful thing for Erie County. It was a great day. I attended the historic preservation meeting yesterday, and they have a new president, Mark Tannenbaum, for this coming year, or this year, and I affirm the Historic Commission. There are buildings that are for sale. I don't know, it's one of the old teak houses on West 6th Street, or maybe it wasn't. It's a fraternity. But, and then there's one on 6th and Cherry. So people who have interest and have the financial means, would be great to continue our historic preservation along that West 6th Street corridor. I am looking forward to a great year of 2026. Thank you for the people who spoke this morning, and continue to keep Chella Woodard and his family in prayers through this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Titus. Just like to say congratulations to our new administration. Also, congratulations to yourself becoming the president. I thought you did a really good job as vice president, so I knew like you were going to be a great president. So, also congratulations to Ms. Schaaf on your appointment, vice president. I know you'll be fantastic in that role, and I'm happy to be here with our new co-council people, I guess I could call them. I'm looking for the right word. But just Happy New Year to everybody, and thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilperson Brzezinski.
Yeah, I'll start off with happy holidays. I got to tip my hat, though. I react sometimes quickly, but I got to tell the Plowboys did a pretty good job. We had a crazy storm because it started with rain and ice, and then it snowed. So when they took the snow off of there, they left the ice, and it wasn't their fault. So a lot of times they were in trouble. The trucks were sliding on the ice. That's how thick the ice was in a lot of places. But they kept on working like our people always do. I just want to give them that a boy or girl. Do we have any girls driving those trucks? Yes, we do. Okay, so that a girl too. Professor, I'd like to say hello to the little guy. Hi. Thanks for coming to our meeting. That a boy. That's all I have. Things are starting to heat up. Doc, do a good job. Kath, less than 3 minutes you spoke in committee reports. That's leadership. I always tease you, you know that. Anyway, happy holidays, folks, and we're looking forward to a real nice year ahead of us with many challenges, but together we'll find a way to make them work.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Mayor. Ms. Mayor?
Councilperson Paul?
Good morning. I just wanted to welcome everyone, our new administration, everyone that was elected with myself. I'm very excited for this year. I'm very excited with the new administration, and I'm very hopeful that we move forward and work together. And I'm just very excited to be on this side of the job and getting ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilperson Horton?
Good morning, all. I just want to say thank you as well. I want to thank Lori and Mike and Kelsey for not letting me make a fool of myself these first couple of days, and for all of the work that you did in helping me with my onboarding. This really is a different experience, and it's one that I'm enthused about, and I'm excited about working with all of my colleagues and the new administration and the new controller. I'm excited about getting around to the chief's going to take me around the fire station. We're going to meet some of the rank and file. I'm excited about going out on the garbage truck, the midnighter, doing a ride along. I'm excited about doing a ride along with the police and Lennox. I'm excited for the residents of Erie, city of Erie, and thereby, by proxy, the region, because I'm a strong believer that as the neighborhoods go, so goes the city. And as the city goes, so goes the county. And as the county goes, so goes the region. I'm fully aware of how many people, that we're the biggest factor in all of that, the city of Erie. I think that this is some important decisions to be made this year. We're at a crossing point. I think we're headed in the right direction. We're all rowing in the same direction. And this is an exciting time to be in government right now. I'm excited to be a part of it. I pride myself on being probably the most accessible elected in the area, and that people seem to come knock on my door, leave notes, leave messages. They leave vegetables and fruits too. But Erie, Pennsylvania, buckle up, because this administration and this team of legislators are going to do great things for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilperson Flores?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on our first meeting of the new year. I want to say congratulations to our new mayor, her team, and administration. I look forward to working with you all. Also, congratulations to the new members of council and the current members who I've been working with for the last 4 years. I look forward to seeing what we can do for our future of the city, because as Council Member Andre said, the city is the heartbeat. So whatever we tend to push and hope for and build, others tend to follow. And as Erie being a bellwether, county, I feel like we have to harness all the energy we can with our residents. So, this is the future of Erie. Erie County showed up at the polls, and we have a lot of newly elected women in power, and women leadership is completely different. So I look forward to seeing how we all work together to push our city, our county, and our region forward. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll be brief. Today, I am deeply hopeful and honored that you all have entrusted me to serve as City Council President. I don't often talk about, nor should I, parts of my identity, but I need to acknowledge the history that we as a council just accomplished today, because it's significant. I'm the first trans person to ever hold this position in the Commonwealth. We are, as a resident had said, a minority-majority council, and so I think for the first time in a long time, our council is more reflective of our residents, and it is very important for me to bring attention to that. And for those of us who are being told, especially by our federal government right now, that we don't belong, I want you to know that we as council hear you, we as council see you, and we as council are here to serve and uplift you. And I'm grateful again for all of my colleagues, the new administration, and I look forward to locking arms with all of us as we work to build this city even stronger. And as our mayor said on Monday, it is on all of us to elevate our beautiful Erie, and I pledge to do so with transparency, accessibility, and a laser focus on equity. And that will conclude my committee report today, and so I will ask.
Mr. President,
Yes.
could you take a second and wave hello to Mel?
Absolutely.
First time in 22 years that he hasn't been here to one of these meetings. We miss you, Mel.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. So we'll go ahead and ask the controller if you have any reports for right now.
I do not, other than just to say I'm extremely grateful to be among these fantastic people. Congratulations to Daria. Congratulations to our newly elected council. I'm very proud to be among you.
Thank you. I can't actually in this moment recall if I say mayor your report or solicitor your report. So whoever would like to go first.
I think mine's going to be a little longer, so I'll let Jason close. Thank you all. I just want to add my congratulations to the list. I congratulated all of you on Monday, certainly on your swearing in. I want to say that again, and also, of course, today to President Titus and Vice President Schaaf. Congratulations. I want to say to you, Council, I hope we're already showing it, but I want to say again and again our commitment to work with you closely with transparency and with partnership. Please know, I know very well we are in this together, so please let's have that open communication as much as we can. Let's continue to work this way. I'm looking forward to it, and it makes us all stronger. So you have my commitment on that. Just to give you a little update, we're having a great first week here at City Hall, spending a lot of time building relationships within City Hall and also out in the community. Had a great afternoon yesterday with my Mayor on the Move initiative. We'll be out again tomorrow afternoon visiting a fire station, touring Erie High and another one of our schools, and some other local businesses. So we're excited about that. We also have our Coffee with the Mayor on Friday, where we open spots for any resident to come sit with me and have coffee. 15-minute time slots are all gone for Friday, so we're going to do that again. We'll do it next month, and we'll do it as many times as we need to until everyone feels that they've been heard. And then also we have a community conversation at Booker T. Washington Center on Saturday. You're all welcome to attend. It's not a town hall, it's a community conversation. We're going to have a structured conversation, so we're really looking forward to that. If you need to get in touch with me or anyone out in the public does, I want to take a moment and really thank my assistant, Marjorie Bruce, who I inherited from Mayor Schember and who's just a fantastic wealth of knowledge. She was the one to welcome us all to the floor, and so Marjorie is still in charge of my calendar, so if you need me, Marjorie's the person to get in touch with. She knows how to set things up for me. Over the next few weeks, we'll be having a lot of important meetings. Some of you already noted challenges. We have challenges, and we need to get right on those. We'll be meeting with PFM very soon to start discussing our 5-year financial plan. And we'll be launching all of our new teams over the next 2 weeks. I think it's important for us as we do this work to launch these teams and make sure we all know how we're going to be working together. So that's what's coming up for us in the next couple of weeks. I also want to say to the public that spoke today, I heard some words that just music to my ears. I heard Mr. Bannon talk about affordability. I heard Mr. Keys about alignment, using our grants office to make sure we're raising money and bringing funds in for our priorities as a city. Certainly no parks and youth are part of that. For Ms. O'Connor, transparency and accountability and communication. And then for Ms. Prabhu, of course, care and compassion. These are all the things that we're working on. And so lastly, I'm just going to be a little selfish for a moment and wish my family and friends today celebrating Christmas with me. We are Eastern Orthodox, and so on the Julian calendar, today is our Christmas. I chose to share it with all of you. My family's not happy with me, that's okay. But I just want to wish them all a Merry Christmas, and I want to thank our city employees for honoring for me leaving the Christmas tree up in the lobby today. So thank you all. I look forward to the next year and beyond. We're going to do great things together. Thank you.
Yes, we are.
My report is extremely short. I want to say congratulations on everyone who has been elected, and now we're all assembled for the first time, and I have excitement as well. And as before, like, if there's any questions from, I tell this to the administration, mayor, and the council. I have an open door policy, and if I can give you the answer, I will, and if I can't, I'll research it for you, and we'll just go from there. I think we'll have a great 2026.
I'm telling Nikki.
All right. That brings us to the ability to close, correct? Lori? All right, we will go ahead and close this meeting.
City Council adjourns at 9:58 a.m. President Titus, members Brzezinski, Flores, Horton, Pohl, Schaaf, and Troop.